Alright, peeps. Jeez, I hope I'm in the camera here. I'm in a different location this week for Tuesday grocery finds, because my kids are up. I almost forgot to do the grocery finds video. Oh my god, that would have been a dirty tragedy. But it's been a really hectic week with Halloween and whatnot. My family really gets into it. We love Halloween. Not like crazy or anything, but I do craft quite a bit. If you guys are my Facebook friends, you know that. I made both of my boys' Halloween costumes. And I'm kind of a last minute person, so it was kind of a busy week finishing up those things. But I did manage to grab a few quick items out of my pantry for a grocery finds video. So hopefully this one's not too boring. There's nothing like super exciting or brand new that I just pulled off the shelves at the grocery store or anything. But these are some staple items that I think that people should always have in your pantry or in your fridge. So we are going to start out with I eat these all the time. Fat Free Refried Beans. These are awesome to have around. You can eat them for lunch, you can eat them for dinner, you can make them in recipes. The fat-free ones, I mean, there's really a huge difference in calories here. The protein content stays the same, but the Nutrish info on these is 100 calories per half cup serving, which is a little less than half of this jar here, which is quite a large serving, I think. So, anyway, if you can eat a half a cup of refried beans with a little cheese sprinkled on, I mean, this is like as full as you'll ever get for me. So 100 calories and 6 grams of protein. So that's pretty good. If you want to go ahead and eat a whole cup, I mean, you've only got 200 calories, but you got 12 grams of protein. It's a pretty good ratio. It's not like meat, but, you know, I think that's pretty darn good. So, and you can get a little more, like I said, if you sprinkle a little cheddar, shredded cheddar on top, and maybe a dollop of your plain Greek yogurt. Yummy. Little salsa. So I like refried beans. Keep those around. Those are an awesome staple to have for lunches. The second item that I always have in my fridge is string cheese, because I eat several of these a day. These are an awesome pick-me-up. They're good to toss in your purse. They're good to toss in the diaper bag, to bring in the car. These are like, I mean, the quintessential traveling fast food item, along with beef jerky and nuts, that I can think of, because they'll last for quite a long time unrefrigerated because they're vacuum sealed. And you really do have to look in the store at the nutrition info on your string cheese, because there's quite a variety of different calorie ranges and different amounts of protein. These are the best that I've found. This is by Sorrento. They're stringsters, and I believe the calories are 80 calories per stick, which is kind of a lot, but these are a little bit bigger than a lot of them. And you get 9 grams of protein in the 80 calories. So that's a good ratio. Some of them you get like 60 and 5 or whatever, but just check out the nutrition info, see what you can find, and get the ones with the highest protein to the lowest calories. So there's that. And now the last thing, this is kind of a seasonal item. This is one that I'm pretty excited about, because I think that everyone should always have this in their pantry. Because if you like to bake, if you have a sweet craving hit you, and you don't have anything on hand, which I don't, because I don't keep sweets in the house, you can bake yourself a sweet, healthy treat using canned pumpkin. This stuff is awesome. For a lot of years, you hear people who bake talking about replacing the fats in a recipe with applesauce. I don't particularly like that method, because I think the texture of the applesauce is a little off, and it's a little bit too sweet for me for a lot of recipes. You don't want to add, you got to kind of mess with the other sugar content in the recipe to get the flavor right. Pumpkin is like the perfect substitute in a lot of recipes. I know you guys have seen my other video where I make, I think I talked about making the Hungry Girl fudge unpudged with pumpkin, where you take a box of the family size brownie mix 2 cups of canned pumpkin, stir it up. You can put a little peanut butter swirl on top if you want, pop it in the oven, bake it like that. That's all it takes. You don't need any fat, you don't need any eggs, you don't need anything. And Another good thing about using canned pumpkin in your baking, you know, not just for brownies or fudge or whatever, you can use this in cookie mix to make your cookies to substitute the fat in the recipe and the eggs. You can also use it to substitute with cake mix. You can make delicious pumpkin spice muffins using this stuff in a box of spiced. You can use carrot cake or any spiced cake, you know, box. If you're a quick, easy baker and like to make things with boxes, canned pumpkin should be your best friend. Plus, the fact that it's better, it's way better than applesauce to replace fats because the calories to protein, this only has 40 calories per serving. Applesauce has 60, and this also has 2 grams of protein, and I believe applesauce has 0. So, try some pumpkin. Not to mention, I believe it's also got quite a bit more vitamins and things in it that are really good for you because it's an orange vegetable. So I'm sure you get some like beta carotene and that kind of stuff. It doesn't really have that listed on the can, but I'm sure you can look that up online. There's all kinds of nutrients found in pumpkin that are really good for you. And you know, you don't just have to get the canned stuff. I like to make my own in the crock pot. A crock pot is something that's vital that I think everyone should have in their kitchen. I use my crock pot probably like at least 4 times a week, whether I'm cooking vegetables to puree for my baby or if I'm cooking a big large cut of meat in there. Works great for the cheaper cuts of meat that tend to be a little bit tough if you cook them all day in the crock pot. It doesn't stand a chance. It gets to be the most soft and tender meat you've ever had. So, but you can cook a pumpkin in the crock pot if you don't want to buy canned items. You can carve up your pumpkin, scrape out the seeds, roast those seeds, like I said before. You simply put your pumpkin with the skin side down in your crock pot, about a cup of water in the bottom, turn it on high, cover it with the lid, and cook it for all day until it's really, really tender and a fork can pierce through the skin side. That's how you know that it's done. Take it out, let it cool because you don't want to burn your hands, but then you can scrape out the fleshy part with a big spoon and puree it in your blender. You get the same stuff that's in here. So, there you have it. There's grocery finds for this week. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a happy Halloween and you stayed out of the Halloween candy. I'm going to lie, I had some Halloween candy. But yeah, it's the holidays. Enjoy, you guys, and make healthy choices. As healthy as they can be. All right, we'll see you guys on Friday for my weigh-in. Bye.